Hi friends, welcome back to my training series. I hope you're doing well and I hope you're hanging in there. Well, the Divide 200 is nearly upon us. I leave tomorrow for about a 12-hour drive up to Alberta, Canada. I'm kind of nervous about the challenge ahead, but I'm really excited to see my friends and share the views with them. This week was a pretty minimal taper week as far as training goes. So let's go through the training and then we'll do some questions, including one about drop bags, and I'll show you how I've packed for the Divide 200. All right, let's get into it. On Monday, I had a rest day, and on Tuesday, my running assignment was 40 minutes of easy running. I did an easy 40-minute road loop, running a total of 4 miles. And then after work, I joined my weekly yoga class over Zoom. On Wednesday, I was assigned a running workout of 20 minutes easy, followed by 20 minutes at a decent pace, less than interval pace, but harder than normal, and then followed by a 20-minute easy pace. This run, even the middle 20 minutes, felt pretty good. I finished 4.8 miles in 60 minutes. On Thursday, I enjoyed another rest day. And then on Friday, I was assigned 75 minutes of easy running. It was a warm morning, about 65 degrees according to my car when I started at 7 a.m. It felt good though, and I finished 5.9 miles in 75 minutes. On Saturday, I was assigned a 40-minute shakeout run. This was my last run at home before I head to Canada for the race. I ran easy for 42 minutes and got in 3.5 miles. Overall, I have enjoyed this taper week. I've eaten a lot and rested up a bit to be ready for next week. I finished the week running just 3 hours and 38 minutes for a total of 18.2 miles. Okay, so a low training week. It's kind of nice. Let's get into some questions. First, Chris asks what drop bags I recommend. He often has problems getting tape to stick to his drop bags. Chris, I've tried the sort of those waterproof drop bags that a lot of people use, and I have also had so much problems getting tape to stick to them, as well as other like nylon or other synthetic things. Anyway, I've had lots of problems similar to you, and I do have a recommendation. I love these drop bags from High Desert Drop Bags. This large one, for example, is big enough for some shoes as well as some other things, and it's got this strip which is designed for you to put your information on. So what I do is I put tape on that strip with my name and bib number or whatever else the race wants, and then I just put new tape onto that. So I've got lots of tape on here from different races. But these High Desert drop bags are awesome. They contain a lot of stuff. They got a great little handle for carrying it, and they have different sizes for different needs. So I've got a couple different size bags, quite a few of them for races where I have lots of drop bags. So yeah, I absolutely love these drop bags, and I put a link to them below. But I'm not using these for Divide 200 though. While the Divide 200 does have 7 aid stations where drop bags are allowed, we're actually only allowed 2 drop bags, and then they move along the course with us. So I'll give you a look at how I've packed and show you the drop bags that I have. So come on with me. All right, let me show you what I've got packed up here. I always use this Brooks bag as my starting line setup. So everything I'm going to need from the starting line I put in here. I've got my Path Projects sun shirt, and I've got my desert hat from Outdoor Research. I've got an extra watch and my GoPro and a cup and a refillable goo canister. I've got my clothing, got my bottles. Somewhere down in here I got my hydration and nutrition. And so I always put everything I need at the start in this bag, so it's segregated from everything else. I also have my tape bin because I'm going to use this to pre-tape my toes. So I got all my tape with me. I got my pack, which is already largely set up. It's got some nutrition in the back already. I've got a total of 3.5 liters of water. No, got 2 chest bottles, a third chest bottle in the back, which is here. And then I got a liter and a half. Liter and a half plus 600 times 3. Boy, my math is terrible. But I guess that's more like 3 liters. Liter and a half and a liter and a half-ish. Okay, so 3 liters. So it's like this is like an external bladder sort of situation. And I don't like having the bladder inside the pack very much. So anyway, and then I've got loaded up nutrition in the side packet and hydration in the side pockets. Okay, so anyway, that's the pack. And then these are my giant drop bags for Divide. So Inside of here are lots of things, and I've got everything inside of Ziploc bags to protect against rain. I'm not sure what this race is going to do for blankets. There was, in the video of last year I saw, and also I heard about it in a podcast interview, there was an aid station where they just had emergency blankets for blankets. So anyway, I brought a beach towel with me. I figured just in case I need to dry off, or maybe I'm just sitting down and I want to make my legs warm. Anyway, it might be nice to have. I got a jacket, rain jacket, extra layers. Lots of different clothing things, including tights and short sleeve t-shirts and arm sleeves, but also lots of nutrition and hydration. And I got everything sort of organized. So like this is for section checkpoint 9 to checkpoint 10. And everything's in Ziploc bags to help me keep it organized, and hopefully when I get to an aid station I won't be too lost. So these 2 drop bags represent like a total of 7 aid stations. Or yeah, that's right. At 7 different aid stations we're going to use drop bags, but instead of 7 drop bags, there's just 2 drop bags that move. So this is my A drop bag where I'm going to be using at the beginning of the race, and it's got stuff I think I'm going to need from the 3rd and 4th aid stations, nutrition, maybe some squirrel's nut butter. I've got extra shoes in both of these packs, actually. There's another towel, another jacket. I'm also, since I'm doing this race solo, I have to plan for my charging all my stuff too. So I've got a Ziploc bag with a battery pack. I have a cable for charging my watch, a cable for charging my phone. I got batteries for my headlamp, and I also have extra GoPro batteries. That's going to be key for me. So anyway, so I'll be able to come in, get some stuff out of here, drop off some stuff maybe, put this back. I'll see it at the next aid station, and then I'll see it later on. This one I will see at aid station 6, and then I'll see it throughout the race. So anyway, I think this is a pretty good amount of stuff. They just asked the drop bags be less than 55 pounds, so I'm good there. So yeah, that's what I've got going for this race. And yeah, fingers crossed I'm remembering everything. Brittany asks what gear and supplies Leah and I carry on our training runs besides just fuel and hydration. Hi, Brittany. Well, mostly it's just fuel and hydration. If the weather is looking kind of threatening, we might carry a jacket. I usually have my phone and my GoPro camera with me. I think I also usually have my trowel and toilet paper in the back of my pack just in case. So for most training runs, that's kind of it. Just whatever we need for the run. In a month or 2 before an event, that's when I'll start to really load up my pack with extra water and all the required gear that the race will require, so that I can start to get really used to the heavy pack. But for most training runs, we don't overthink it and don't have a lot of extra like supplies that you might be carrying if you're doing some search and rescue type stuff. So yeah, we're probably more minimal, and I don't know, maybe that's bad, but it's worked out so far. Patrick asks if I have a favorite meal before or after a big race. I don't necessarily have favorite food, but before a race and the couple of nights before, I will try to eat a bunch of big pasta meals because I think that I can then load up on the carbs. It's worked for me before, and I just liked that. I like that routine of it. After a run, I like to eat pizza, maybe a burger, a chocolate milk if I have it available. I kind of have an unhappy relationship with food. I think that's why nutrition is such a problem for me. So I don't really think a lot about food. I don't want to think about food. It stresses me out like crazy. So when it goes, as I'm getting ready for an event, I try to focus just on things that have worked for me before. And so I just focus on routine instead of something that's interesting. And anyway, that works for me. Lastly, John asks if I'll continue this series after the Divide 200, and also asks if I'll sign up for the Canadian Death Race next year. Well, John, regarding this series, I do hope to wind it down before too long. It takes up a lot of my time that could be spent editing my Cocodona video, for example. I'm way behind on that, and pretty soon after running this Divide race, I'm going to have the Divide 200 looming over me as terms of a video that needs to get done. So I need to recover some time in my life, and the place I can do that is by getting my Sundays back by not producing this video. So that's probably how I'm going to go, especially after this race. I'm not going to have anything to report except for how my recovery is going. So I might do a little bit to talk about the recovery from this, but eventually I am going to start editing the videos that I want to get back out there. So that's probably what's going to happen there. In terms of the Canadian death race, I honestly haven't thought about it. Right now I'm focused my thinking on Arizona Monster and Cocodona for the spring. After they're done, I'm going to be hopefully recovering from them. And then I'm hoping that June's going to be pretty busy for me as I try to put on my first 100-mile run in Montana. So fingers crossed for that. And I'm not really sure what I'm going to be looking to do running later in the year. All of that probably suggests that the Canadian Death Race isn't high on my list for next year, but we'll see. Thank you all for your questions this week. Thank you for your interest in my training as I've been getting ready for this event. I'm pretty excited about the Divide 200. It's been a while since I've had a brand new 200 miler to run, so I've been doing a lot of studying of the course and getting all my gear ready and thinking and overthinking about everything. Really excited for the drive up to Canada and to go to a place I've never been, so it's going to be a beautiful thing, and I'm really excited to see all my friends up there. So if you have any questions you'd like me to address in the future video, put them in the comments below. And of course, a big thank you to all the channel members. Thank you all so much. I appreciate your extra support of the channel. Thank you to everyone for watching. We'll see you soon.